So what's the role of the legislative ethics committees in the California Legislature? As you can imagine, ethics is an important topic in any legislative branch. And so both houses of the California Legislature actually have their individual ethics committees. In addition, the Senate has adopted an official code of conduct for its members. Now, while the Assembly has not, it too shares similar concerns to ensure that there are codes of conduct in place for all legislators. Both houses of the California Legislature have extensive ethics and conflict of interest rules, and both are bound by constitutional and statutory ethics rules, as well as their own in the joint Senate and Assembly rules. The Assembly Legislative Ethics Committee consists of 6 members of the State Assembly who are appointed by the Assembly Speaker. The Assembly Legislative Ethics Committee has the power to investigate and make any appropriate findings and recommendations concerning violations of the ethics rules by Assembly members. The committee's authority is set forth in the standing rules of the Assembly, as well as in Article 3 of the Government Code, commencing with Section 8940. Under these Assembly rules, any person may file a verified complaint in writing, stating the name of the Assembly member who's alleged to have violated any standard of conduct. And that written complaint has to set forth the particulars of the alleged violation with sufficient clarity and detail to enable the Ethics Committee to make a determination. In the other house, the Senate Committee on Legislative Ethics is appointed by the Senate Committee on Rules, and it consists of 6 senators. In addition to this committee, the Rules Committee appoints an ethics ombudsperson in the Senate to assist in the resolution of potential ethical violations, as well as assist the Senate and provide remedies for retaliatory conduct to ensure that any informant or complainant does not suffer adverse employment consequences regarding their employment by the California State Senate. The Senate ombudsperson is accessible to all senators, officers, and employees of the state Senate, as well as members of the public who wish to provide information or seek guidance about ethical standards or possible violations of standards before filing a formal written complaint. All communications with the Senate ombudsperson are confidential between the informant or complainant and the ombudsperson. The ombudsperson may refer the information that he or she gets to the Senate Rules Committee chair, the Senate Legislative Ethics Committee chair, or the Senate secretary. And in all cases, the identity of the informant or complainant is kept confidential unless that person consents to his or her name being disclosed. The Senate Committee on Ethics is required to maintain a public hotline telephone number for the purpose of contacting the ombudsperson, and any complaints received through this hotline are considered informal complaints, and the existence of those complaints are required to be kept confidential. In addition, the Senate Ethics Committee must formulate and recommend standards of conduct for senators, as well as standards of conduct for Senate officers and employees of the Senate when performing their legislative responsibilities.